Kia ora, this is Arun Jacob, your friendly and frank licensed New Zealand immigration advisor as well as education advisor, coming live once again from Hamilton, New Zealand, like every Tuesday. I missed it last Tuesday, but I'm able to make it today. I barely just about made it because I went for this big workout and I kind of, got stuck. I go climb this mountain, guys, and probably which is why I'm wearing that t-shirt called First Ascent, but I go for a workout close by about 10 minutes from home, and I climb this mountain called the Hakarimata, which is one of the mountain ranges near Hamilton. It's a great workout. It's 1,500 steps to the top and 1,500 steps coming down again. So it's a fantastic workout. And I barely just got back home. I just got back home like in 2 minutes ago. So you guys will have to forgive me if I look a little sweaty, and I had time just to quickly change my t-shirt and then get live, and talk to you guys. So as is the routine, there's my wallet, and I shall take out my wallet card. That's my license. I'm licensed by the government of New Zealand to be able to provide immigration advice to people who would like to move to New Zealand, either for education or for migration. And a lot of people, of course, are nowadays opting to come to New Zealand through the pathway of education, and then after they complete their course, they're looking at acquiring that post-study work visa. The government has made it quite nice and liberal now. Earlier, everybody was across the board blanket getting a 1-year post-study work visa, but now the government has made it into either a 1 or a 2 or a 3 years post-study work visa. And if you consult with a good company like AJV Services, we will be able to tell you which a particular course will get you what kind of post-study work visa. And in that post-study work visa period, of course, you go and find a relevant job which is relevant to the course you've completed. And if you're getting the required salary and the the position, then of course you can make something called the resident visa application and continue to live in this beautiful country we call Aotearoa, or New Zealand, or the land of the long white cloud. Cool. Now, what else has been happening? Like I said, I missed my live session last Tuesday because I had two of my colleagues visiting from India, my colleagues Mukta and Sai, who are our team leaders for our awesome team. The AJV team is not just Arun Jacob, but it is a big team of people. We have 40 people, and we about 6 of us are here in New Zealand, and the rest of them are based in India, which is our biggest market. And of course, we also do cater to various other nationalities: Sri Lankan, Pakistani, Bangladesh. We had recently had our first Jordanian client. We worked with Brazilian clients in the past. We've had a Romanian client, Singapore, China, Hong Kong. Practically, our clients are coming from different parts of the world. So two of my colleagues were visiting New Zealand, and so I was busy being the driver and taking them around and showing them all across this beautiful country and giving them an insight into what New Zealand is all about. And they also spent time at some of the universities and got some insights into how it's all working. So as a team, we guys are trying to ensure that you are getting the right information, and not just somebody sitting somewhere small little office, but we are sitting in New Zealand and experiencing New Zealand. And based on that confidence is how we guys are able to talk to you and bring you all this firsthand, authentic, genuine, and I think very, very frank information, so that you guys can make an informed decision. Right now, as always, I'll be waiting to hear some questions from you guys. I'm coming live both on YouTube as well as on Facebook. Would request you guys who are on YouTube to come into Facebook and ask your questions. I can see quite a lot of questions are coming on YouTube, and I would request my awesome team to be able to paste those onto Facebook so that I can start asking questions. Okay, here's our first question, and this is from somebody called Irshad Khande, and he says, "Hi sir, I'm Irshad Hussain Khande from India. I'm looking for doctorate degree in history from Victoria University. I'm working in education department as teacher. Please guide me. What is rule for in-service teacher?" Well, Irshad, first and foremost, congratulations on choosing a wonderful university, Victoria University, which is based in our capital city here in New Zealand called Wellington. Yeah, I think you've chosen a very, very good university, and Wellington also, by virtue of being the capital of New Zealand, is got a lot of government departments, and we also have our largest museum there called Te Papa, which is obviously, because you're a guy who is interested in doing history and that sort of studies. Te Papa would be a very good resource for you, and of course, the National Archives and everything else is also based in Wellington. So good choice. Good level of course choice as well, because doctorates, as I've explained in one of my videos, which is present on YouTube, New Zealand is trying to attract researchers into the country, because we're trying to grow to become soft power, in the sense we're not big in manufacturing and those kinds of things, because we're a small country who's very environmentally conscious. So we would rather increase our soft power. So in areas like creative technologies, biotechnology, information technology, and which is why researchers are very, very welcome. And because we want to create that kind of a knowledge hub and a knowledge base here in New Zealand, the government has also made it very, very attractive for researchers to come into New Zealand, because you're practically getting the same rights as most of the people who live here in New Zealand. So good choice. As regards whether what is the rule for in-service teachers, as far as the New Zealand institutions are concerned, and as far as Immigration New Zealand is concerned, there are no specific rules as such for in-service teachers. I think what you will need to do, Irshad, is check with your institution and where you're working at the moment, and see what are their rules, and whether they'll be willing to let you go, or if there are some other issues. So I think that you might have more of an issue from that end rather than an issue from the New Zealand end. So I would suggest please get in touch with my team in India. Like I said, guys, I just came running back from my workout, so I'm not normally by this time I would have done a little bit of preparation, and I'd be having my little placards which I hold up saying. But what we will do, Irshad, is we will get in touch with my team, will get in touch with you, and we will put forward the ways in which you can do PhD. All right. So please, or please send us your CV to info@ajvglobal.com, and we'll pick it up from there. All right. Cool. Manish Thomas asks, please talk about graduation in nursing. Okay. Now, to be honest, Manish, nursing is not an area where I am extremely comfortable or 100% certain that I have 100% knowledge about the nursing side of things. All I know as a licensed immigration advisor, and also as a person who's lived here in New Zealand for quite some time now, is that there has been an ongoing shortage of nurses in New Zealand for a consistent period of time. The other interesting thing that has happened in New Zealand is the fact that we have had the population here in New Zealand is aging quite rapidly. And because of that, there is a lot of old people, and older people rather, who would require the care to be taken care of. And that is where I think a lot of people from the background of nursing are also able to find opportunity. I'm not quite sure about the post-graduation level, because I think if you are able to progress up to the post-graduation level in nursing in New Zealand, I think you would be at a much higher level than the ordinary average nurse. But like I said, it appears you're already somebody who's got a background in nursing, and which is why you're looking at doing a post-graduation. So I would strongly recommend get in touch with our team, and we will analyze your background and see where exactly you would like to fit into. And like I said, bottom line is there is always been an ongoing and sustained shortage of nurses. And so we would love to, have a chat with you and see if we can get you into a post-graduation course. And of course, for nurses, there is also the registration aspect of it as well, which needs to be looked at. So let's look into all those things. And yep, we will come back to you with a proper solution and put it in front of you. All right. Okay, cool. Okay, guys. Sorry, guys. Just came back from my workout, so I'm still sweating, and now there's more adrenaline kicking in with my live session as well. Okay, there is somebody called Dangerous Dash, who says, my question is, if I come on work visa, can I get easily work? I mean, don't know what kind of work visa you're coming on, Dash. I mean, are you coming in a skill shortage area in New Zealand? We have absolutely no clue what kind of work visa you're coming on, because my understanding about work visas is that by and large, unless and until you have a offer of a employment here in New Zealand, you will not be able to get a work visa in the first place. So I'm not sure what work visa you're referring to. If you're referring to something like the Silver Fund visa, we're not sure. So you'll need to send us some details before we can comment. I mean, all I can tell you is most of our clients who are coming into New Zealand, not just our students who are coming into New Zealand, but some of the spouses who are accompanying our students, everybody is finding jobs. And I swear I'm not making this up, guys. I mean, by now, those of you guys who follow my work, you will be aware that I'm very, very point blank, and I'm extremely frank and in your face. And I can tell you, I'm not making this up to make it look like there's a very enticing job market here in New Zealand. Maybe we guys are doing something really right in the kind of people we are selecting to work with us, because I keep telling my team, and the entire team understands that we are talking to people who are looking at a future in New Zealand. So we are extremely cautious about picking the right people with the right English, with the right attitude, with the right set of knowledge and skills and those kinds of things. So that's why I think most. So if you're a guy with the right attitude, skills, and knowledge, I think you should be able to find work. So, but why don't I recommend that you send your CV with the contact details to info@ajvglobal.com, and we will see what we can do for you. All right, cool. Okay, Thompson Thomas asks, what are the good postgraduate diploma civil courses? Good question. First and foremost, Thompson, you have a very confusing first and last name, Thompson Thomas. It almost looks the same. First and foremost, there is very good scope for civil in New Zealand. And in fact, the last couple of weeks when my colleagues were visiting New Zealand and I was taking them around to different places, I showed them the amount of construction work that is happening in this country at this moment. There is construction of houses, there is construction of commercial places, there is construction of roads, there is construction of all kinds of bridges, infrastructure. There's like a whole lot of buzz that is happening around in New Zealand. So in that background, I think civil is a very, very good option to consider. And as regards what are the postgraduate courses available in civil, I think there will be many options, starting with the universities to the institutes of technology. I'm sure there would be many options. Off the top of my head, I will not be able to pick and choose and say, oh, you should go only to this university or only to this institute of technology, because it depends also on your IELTS and how much you've scored and stuff like that. So Thompson, could I request you to please send us your email, your CV to info@ajvglobal.com, and we will pick it up from there, come back to you, and my wonderful team will put some options in front of you. You'll have at least 4 or 5 different options. You can look at them, pick and choose, and say, hey, look, this is my first option, and this is my second option, and we will take it from there. But overall, the scope for civil is very good, and I think we have a serious shortage of people with a civil engineering background here in this country. So I think you will do really well. In fact, I would even recommend highway engineering, which is one of the I think strongly growing areas at the moment. And just outside this door where I'm sitting right now, there's a massive highway being created, and I can see hundreds of people being employed in the kind of activity as well. So very, very good scope. Please get in touch with us. Send your CV to info@ajvglobal.com, and we'll pick it up from there. All right, cool. Okay, there's Sarath Narayan, who asked why for civil engineers New Zealand is better than Australia. I just answered that, Sharath, because I think not to compare New Zealand with Australia, which is a much larger country, and each that has got its pros and cons. New Zealand has got its pros and cons in our own small ways, or in our own modest ways. New Zealand is also a growing economy, so we are undertaking a lot of building activity, and because of that, there is a scope for very good civil engineers here in New Zealand. All right, cool. Savini writes, I sent you a message to get some help on the process, did not receive any answer or support at all. Savini, my apologies. And like I said, I was hardly at my desk over the last 3 or 4 weeks because I had a spate of overseas visitors coming one after the other, and I have been more a driver in the last 3 or 4 weeks than being a licensed immigration advisor, and because of which there has been a very very big pileup of emails, and unfortunately maybe your email is stuck somewhere inside that. I will try and get to that, or I will ask one of my team members to respond. Hey team, if you guys are listening to this, please pick up Savini's Savini's query so that I can get back to her. All right, cool. And my team is also asking, and my team, which is also on Skype with me at the moment, has also given me an input, which says, please do not answer any questions, especially from those asking from YouTube, unless and until they provide their contact details. So guys, I think that is a very, very fair deal, because I sit here week after week and I kind of give out a lot of free information, which I normally, she can charge because I'm a licensed immigration advisor. So if you guys are looking for answers from us, I would strongly recommend please share your contact details here. If you do not want to share your contact details on a public forum, just inbox it to me and we'll keep picking it up. All right. But all YouTube queries from here on, unless and until I see a contact number, I will not be answering, guys. I will go on and answer the other courses, the questions that are being asked on Facebook. All right, cool. Right, sip of something. Okay. Naranjan Madhushan asks, postgraduate diploma in food science is a skill shortage listed course. Not to the best of my knowledge, Niranjan, but I could quickly check to say if it is in the no, I don't think it is actually. The postgraduate diploma is in the skill shortage course in the skill shortage list. But I don't know from what perspective you are asking that question, because it is not necessary, as I keep saying always in my videos and my live sessions. It's not always necessary that you have to always do a course that is only in the skill shortage list, because of which in your mind you perceive, oh, if I do a skill shortage list, I'll be able to somehow magically get a job immediately after I complete my course. I think that's a very wrong way of looking at it. It doesn't matter whether a course is in the skill shortage list or not. What is important is to see if the subject, that particular area, is an area in which there are good opportunities, and absolutely good opportunities in food technology. Practically every student of ours or every client of ours who has come with this particular requirement has done very, very well, and most of them are going on to get their residency as well. So yeah, I would strongly recommend that you get in touch with us, Naranjan, because we can, we can also connect you to some of our ex-students and clients who have gone on to become very, very successful as food technologists. So if you're working with HAB, we would be delighted to connect you with them so that you can actually speak to people who have done courses in food technology and moved on. And quite frankly, hardly any of them have done a course which is particularly listed in the skill shortage list. So like I said, it doesn't matter. What matters is how good you are in your subject. And after completion of the course, during your post-study work visa, if you guys are able to pick up the job and take it forward from there. All right, cool. Okay, there's another YouTube query, and Raghavan, you'll have to share your contact number. Please come to Facebook and search for AJB Global. That is where our this is where it's coming live on YouTube as well, on Facebook. So please come to AJB Global on Facebook. Please share your contact number. We'll be happy to answer your question, Raghavan. You have a good question, but we would like to answer it provided we also get something in return, which is your contact number, so that we can talk to you guys and and hope to convert you and make you one of our clients as well. All right, so I'm kind of skipping through all the YouTube queries, guys, and I'm kind of trying to move more towards the Facebook queries. I hope, team, that is all right. Please guide and counsel me if that is the right approach I'm taking, if or whatever you guys wanting to. Okay, yeah, cool. Next question is from Omkar Fatangare, who says, hello, sir. I'm in contact with one of your counselor. You and your team is very supportive. Thanks for that, Omkar. Really appreciate that. I know. Look at me. I just came back from my workout, and the next thing I'm doing is sitting here 2 minutes later, and that's why I'm all still worked up, and this is like another workout for me now because I just did that, and I'm sitting here now and doing this. So there's still a whole lot of adrenaline running through my body at the moment. So yeah, but your question is, I got offer letter from AUT for a master's, which is great. I'm curious to know the job opportunities as a fresher in IT, especially in Auckland. Thank you. Omkar, the honest answer to that is obviously as a fresher, you will not have the same advantages as somebody who has got some prior experience in IT. But the fact of the matter is that you are going to be here. If you're doing a master's, you've already done a bachelor's and you're coming for a higher level. And the requirement for IT people is quite high at this moment. And that is the reason information technology professionals are listed in the long-term skills shortage list of New Zealand. And you are coming to do a master's from one of our best universities. You will get a 3 years post-study work visa. And if you want to get some work experience during this period, even while you're studying, all you've got to do is as soon as you land, get in touch with our onshore customer service manager called Virginia. And in fact, we at AJV are also working on a project at the moment, an IT project. And one of our ex-IT students has now become our full-fledged full-time employee, and he is building a platform for perhaps you could do an internship on that project, and while you're doing your course, and then we'll provide you with some good supporting letters stating that yeah, he was an intern with us, so on and so forth. And then once you finish your course, you can go into the job market not only with your master's from AUT, but you could also go with the supporting letter from AJB saying that, hey, look, he was also an intern with us and worked on a particular project genuinely and honestly. And then hopefully that will overcome the fact that you do not have the work experience before you came into New Zealand. So those are some of the ways we're trying to help our clients and our students. And in fact, three months back, another student of ours who's doing business, called me and said, hey, Arun, we're looking for, I'm looking to do a project somewhere as part of my thesis. So I said, why do you want to do it somewhere else? Why don't you do it inside AJV? So, her name is Rina. So Rina undertook a customer satisfaction survey of all our students and our clients, and that went on to become like a thesis presentation. And myself and our senior manager, Mary, we actually drove to Auckland to be present at that presentation and sit there and felt like, very, very proud, how do I say, associates of Rina, and so we felt good about it. So I think you'll be fine, Omkar. We will also put you in touch with a lot of our other students who have completed their IT and now successfully involved with the IT industry here in New Zealand. All right, cool. And thanks for choosing AJB, much appreciated. Yeah. So Niranjan Madhushan is asking, I'm planning to apply work visa for partner. Okay, Niranjan, sorry, it is very simple, Niranjan. I mentioned the name of one of my colleagues called Mary, who is our senior manager, and she's also based here in the same city as I am in Hamilton. And some great news, guys. Mary is just been approved in principle to get her own license as a licensed immigration advisor. So very soon and very shortly, she is also going to be showing off her license on those live sessions. She's also going to get one of these things, which is not easy, by the way. I mean, a lot of you guys might think, oh, this guy takes out a card and keeps showing it to us. We have to put in a lot of effort to get this, because we actually have to do a course ourselves and then go through supervision, and then also continue to maintain our license by undertaking continuous professional development. We need to keep our legal record clean. We cannot have any cases against us or any legal proceedings against us. So it's not an easy task to be a licensed immigration advisor, but there are 3 licensed immigration advisors in the company right now. Myself and Gisela and Mary has just been approved in principle. So there's going to be 3 of us. Plus in our team, we also have about 5 or 6 ex-immigration officers who during their career change, they said, hey, look, we want to come and work with you. We said, yeah, sure. Great, more the merrier. And we hope some of them will also go on to become licensed advisors in future. So Naranjan, all you've got to do is please send. We would love to work with you. And we've done very, very well with partner work visa applications so far. Please send your CV with contact details to immigration.advisor@ajvglobal.com, and we will pick it up. We will give you a call and we'll connect with you immediately. All right, Naranjan. So that's the email address, immigration.advice. No, sorry, it is immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com. There is no dot in it. It's just immigration advisor. All right, cool. Okay, Khalid Mahmood is asking me. Right, my team has given me instructions again saying for today, please answer all the queries and then we will set up a process where we can, so, okay, guys, I'll be answering all the queries, including the ones coming from YouTube, but it will really be awesome if you can share your contact numbers, because at the end of the day, you are taking information from us and we would really love to see you become our clients, and not just whichever country you're in, but after you come to New Zealand, we would love to continue to be a part of your journey here in New Zealand. Right, cool. Khalid Mohammed Alafking, I'm from Bangladesh. I finished my study in homeopathy medicine. I have 5 years work experience. Which subject can I choose for new study program in level 8 or 9? I mean, Khalid, you're obviously a guy who's moved into that homeopathy medicine, which comes under the general umbrella of health sciences, obviously. So I don't think homeopathy medicine is very big here in New Zealand. To be honest, I haven't come across too many practitioners of homeopathy medicine here in New Zealand. So probably that may not be the right option. I don't know if they might. I'm not even sure if there is a level 8 or 9 program in homeopathy medicine specifically. So what I would recommend is that you might want to look at something a bit more generic in the health sciences, and like maybe a postgraduate diploma in health science or a master's in health science. That might be more appropriate for somebody with your background. So that's probably what I would recommend. But like I said, we would love to talk to you, so send us your CV to info@ajvglobal.com. We will have a look and then put some options in front of you, and we will also try and see if we can find some courses for you where there are certain papers which match your background, and then based on that we should be able to take it forward from the Khalid. But hey, look, bottom line, there is always a requirement for people in the health science kind of a background in any growing economy, and especially in a country like New Zealand, where there is a lot of growing population and a getting older population, and because of that, a lot of health care is required for people like that. And I think that's a whole new segment that is opening up. So you might want to consider something like that. So please get in touch with us, and we'll definitely put some options in front of you. All right, cool. Okay. Nikhil Ginday. Hello, I have applied for diploma in cookery level 5 at Western Institute of Technology at Taranaki with AJV team in India. So how was the university and scope for chefs in New Zealand? Nikhil, first and foremost, thank you so much for choosing to work with AJV. This, quite frankly, guys, these sessions are all for you. Of course, there are some others who are working with some other companies who also, I think, pop in and ask me some questions. And because we don't want to be too discriminatory, we will do this. But essentially, these sessions are for people like Nikhil who have consciously taken the decision to work with AJV. And for that, we're always grateful and thankful, Nikhil. Thank you for choosing us. You have chosen a very good institution. In fact, I was at Western Institute of Technology, Taranaki, last week, along with Sai and Mukta, our senior people in the company who are our team leaders. So we drove there. We were we were actually at that building where you're going to be studying, Nikhil. So yeah, I was there like about a week back. It's a fantastic institution, great place to be in. And we also had lunch at a restaurant which was filled with overseas chefs. And Taranaki is quite a good tourist spot. And then so there's a lot of traffic going through. So the hospitality industry is doing very well. Overall, the scope for chefs in New Zealand is very good, which is why chefs are almost constantly are in the long-term skill shortage list of New Zealand. Because you guys have to bear in mind that New Zealand is a hugely tourism-orientated company, and we probably get double the amount of our population as overseas visitors every year. And when we have this hordes of people coming, well, somebody has to feed them, and so obviously there is always going to be a demand for chefs. In fact, one of my friends was telling me a joke that they were in Queenstown, which is one of our big tourist destinations, and they saw a board outside the restaurant, apparently, which said we are short of chefs. Thank you, Immigration New Zealand. So, the restaurant was kind of protesting in its own way, saying we need more chefs in the country, but we are not getting enough of them because Immigration New Zealand is not letting in enough people. But so you're doing the right thing, Nikhil. You're coming into a very good course, into a very good institution. Western Institute of Technology, Taranaki, is not a university, then it's an institute of technology, which is owned and operated by the government of New Zealand. Excellent course. I have so many of our ex-students who have gone through this course and come out and are very, very successful chefs now. So we will definitely connect you to them. In fact, one of the guys who went to WIT now is actually working on one of the New Zealand naval ships as a chef. So yeah, some of our students have done really, really well. Cool. Apurva Kumar. Hi, sir. I'm currently studying in class 12. I plan on doing my Bachelor's of Engineering in India and doing my Master's in New Zealand. Do my secondary school and board marks have any importance for admission into a university in New Zealand for doing my Master's? Well, Apurva, first and foremost, I appreciate the fact that you're starting 4 years earlier to start doing some research about New Zealand. You're only in class 12 still, and you've quite clearly mentioned that you want to do a Bachelor's in India and then come for your Master's to New Zealand. Why don't you consider doing your Bachelor's here in New Zealand as well? Because there's a video I made and which is sitting there on my YouTube channel, which says the advantages of doing a Bachelor's in New Zealand, because not only will you do a 3 or 4 years Bachelor's here in New Zealand, then you will also get a further 3 years post-study work visa. So you'll have about 6 or 7 years in the country, by the end of which you will practically become a Kiwi anyway. And I think you'll be so hugely valued as a future worker for the industry here in New Zealand. So you might want to consider and have a chat with your mom and dad and say, hey, mom, dad, I heard Arun from New Zealand encouraging me today to try and do my Bachelor's of Engineering as well in New Zealand. If you guys can afford to pay that, I think you should be able to come and do it. Also, bear in mind that when you're a student, you can work part-time while you're studying, and you can work full-time during vacation. So a lot of students are able to, kind of take care of their living expenses. And so make an arrangement for, the funds towards the fees. And I think, the living expenses, by and large, most students are able to take care of. But yes, absolutely. For if at all you can't do your Bachelor's in New Zealand and you want to come only after your Bachelor's and you want to come to do your Master's here in New Zealand. So absolutely, your 12th and your degree will be very, very important, because without that, obviously, you'll not get out. Admission into the master. So yeah, absolutely right. So, but what I suggest, Apurva, is why don't you send us an email with your contact number to info@ajvglobal.com, and we would absolutely talk to you and see. Maybe we'll see if we can convince you to come and do your Bachelor's here in New Zealand as well. All right, we need smart young engineers here in New Zealand. So yeah, look forward to seeing you here. Right. There's a guy called Trishal Devalia who is asking me which is best university for PhD in mathematics. Good question. I think Trishal, again, I can't at the top of my head recall which are all the universities which have a strong mathematics department, but I think University of Canterbury comes to mind almost immediately. And mathematics being such a core subject, I think a lot of universities would have it as a subject anyway. But I would say look at the University of Canterbury. It is definitely a very, very respected and reputed university globally. And I don't know if you guys are aware, but Sir Ernest Rutherford, the man who did a lot of work around nuclear energy and so on and so forth, is an alumnus of University of Canterbury. So it's got a lot of pedigree and history as well. So you might want to consider that. And why don't you get in touch with us, Trishal? So send us an email to info@ajvglobal.com with your contact details, and we'll pick it up, and then we'll put some options in front of you, and not just Canterbury, but we'll put 3 or 4 other options. And I think at the starting of this session, when I just started this session, I also spoke about the advantages of doing a PhD in New Zealand. Rewind it after this becomes a video and listen to it, and you will also, especially if you're a guy who's married and you're planning to come with your wife and kids, I think there are tons of very, very good advantages. So you must consider doing that. All right, cool. Okay, Anarchy Boy, I'm studying business level 5, and is it possible to bring my wife as an dependent visa? Hey, look, I don't know what your real name is, but I would suggest send us an email to immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com with your contact details, because it's very difficult for us to say what is possible. I mean, technically, you can't on a diploma level five or six, 5 is what is written, to bring your wife on a work visa, but there is a possibility she could come and join you on a visitor visa. So we would like to get some more details before we can come back to you. Like I said, we are a solid team of two licensed advisor, one about to get the license, and then about three or four, 5 or 6 ex-immigration officers. So hey, look, send us an email to immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com, and with your contact details, we'll pick up the phone, give you a call also, because you're a local boy, you're living in Auckland, which is about 1 hour that way. So yeah, absolutely. We would love to talk to you and see how best we can help you. Okay, cool. By the way, we have been very, very successful with partner visas, whether it is work or visitor. We've done extremely well with presenting those cases and getting successful outcomes. All right, cool. Sanjay Kale, all right, Kafli. Okay, my wife had 5 years gap after +2. She is commerce student with 50%. Which course is best for her? I'm also come there with dependent and work. Please suggest me after study work visa. Please suggest about good course. Sanjay, I mean, if your wife has got only a +2, it might be difficult for us to find the course, which obviously I can see your intention quite clearly is to be able to, kind of piggyback on her and be able to come into New Zealand and be able to work. I mean, nothing wrong with it. The policy is there, the law is there, which does allow spouses to do that. But if your wife is only +2, we may not be able to get her into the right level of course. To be able to help you to come, understandably, you're willing to come to New Zealand in the initial year only as a visitor, and then work towards it in the next year. So yeah, that might be something. So could I request you, Sanjay, to send us an email to info@ajvglobal.com, or inbox me on Facebook, and we will take a look at it and make sure your contact details are there. And we will talk to you and get some more details. And based on that, we'll make a recommendation, because it also depends on what is the IELTS she'll get. But, offhand, it doesn't look very positive, because she's only a +2. And to be able to get a spouse along, you need to be at the right level, of course. So we will need to talk to you and get some more details. All right. So please get in touch with us. Email, guys, info@ajvglobal.com. And we also have set up what do you call the toll-free number in India. And like I said, guys, the toll-free number is set up for India, not because of any reason other than the fact that that's where most of our clients come from, but for people who are watching this, or who will eventually watch this later when it becomes a video and sits on YouTube and Facebook. You don't have to think that we discriminate and work only with. We work with every client from anywhere in the world. So for Indian clients, because that's where the majority of our students are coming from, our clients are coming from, we've set up a toll-free number, which is 1-800-103-6525. But for all the others, just all you've got to do is email us info@ajvglobal.com with your CV and put your contact number. That's it. And then we'll pick up the phone and we'll connect with you. All right. Cool. All good. Look, I've also settled down now. My body's settled down. I'm no longer as worked up as I was. I swear, guys, I just came back from my workout, changed the t-shirt because the other one was all sweaty, pulled it off, put the new one, sat here, and then started talking to you guys. I really must time my workouts better. Okay. Swapna Ranjan Badolia. Yes, sir. I got offer from University of Canterbury for masters in renewable energy. What about job scenario? I think it'll be good because you obviously are going to a good university at a good level, and in a fantastic subject like renewable energy. I think the entire world today is talking about stuff like renewable energy and all that kind of stuff. That's the new buzzword, the new mantra, where everybody wants to renew energy and cut down on emissions, so on and so forth, which is all fantastic. So I think you'll have good job prospects. Swapnil, you have not mentioned whether you're coming to New Zealand through AJV services. I hope you're coming to New Zealand through AJV services, because if you're coming to New Zealand through AJV services, we provide a whole lot of support to our students here, guys. And probably that's what sets us apart from a lot of other companies who will do a good process with your admission and visa. But once you get your visa, they're out of your life. We are not like that. We will continue to stay in your life. And while most people will let go of your hand while you're getting onto a plane in your country, we will hold that hand once you land here in New Zealand and then walk with you. And that's probably what sets us apart as a company, because we know how difficult, there's a company started and operated by migrants like myself, and we know the challenges, the difficulties of being new migrants and what kind of support is required. So we do this work with a lot of heart, not so much with the mind calculating how much profits we can make. Of course, we want to be a profitable, successful company, but we will do it with a lot of heart first, because it's a life-changing decision that you guys are embarking upon. And that's the reason myself and Mary and Gisela and Virginia and Prakash and we recently hired another one of our current students as a part-time employee for the company. His name is Nicholas. So we go around, we meet our students, we are setting up meetings, we take them out, we feed them, we provide dinner, we give them moral support, we connect them to each other, we help them to find accommodation, we help them to find jobs. Virginia does a fantastic job of ensuring the CVs are clean, crisp, clear, providing them with templates of cover letters, so on and so forth. And through all these efforts, our students being very, very successful. So hi, Swapnil, and everybody else listening, if you guys are serious about succeeding in New Zealand, please work with a company like AJV, because we are here in New Zealand. We know what we are talking about. If you ask me, so what's the weather in Hamilton? All I've got to do is look outside my window and I can tell you it's a bit cloudy and it looks like it's going to rain. So, so you're talking to people on the ground. So, hey, look, you guys are all smart, and that's the reason you're coming to New Zealand anyway in the first place. Be smarter and choose AJV as well. All right, Swapnil. So I'm expecting an email from you to my team, info@ajvglobal.com, or just call our toll-free number, which is 1-800-103-6525. All right, cool. Right, next one is Kumaresh. Okay, let me see. Okay, somebody shared their number. Thank you so much, Deborah. Really appreciate it. See, that's what we like, go Deborah. Okay, so because he's been so nice and shared his number, I might jump to his question a little bit. Hey, Tim, just pick up that number and have somebody talk to him as soon as I'm done with it. So Deborah has written, I have 14 years experience in administration. Okay. There is no other follow-up. Okay. There is no other follow-up. So I'm not sure what is your question, Deborah. So if you want to elaborate, I'd be happy to answer. In the meantime, I was just scrolling up and down the questions to see if there is somebody I need to jump into quickly and answer. And I can see there is one from one of our students, and I'm being selfish, guys. My students come first, so I'm giving them the benefit of my time. So Suno Sarah Thomas says, I'm an AJV student with AJV's great support and help. I got my student visa a few weeks back. We'll be joining EIT Napier in February. I have applied for a spouse visa to my partner in November 1st. It's 1 month over now. Could you please let me know how long it would take? Hey, look up. So no, if you've already got your visa, congratulations. And thank you so much for choosing to be an AJV student. Thanks to you, I'm going to have an excuse to come to Napier on one more trip and, meet you and take you guys out for dinner along with Mary and Gisela and whoever else is. We love to do that. We love to come around to all the towns where our students are and meet you guys. And it's just about meeting and putting our hand over your shoulders and saying, don't worry, it's all going to be fine. Because a lot of you, come and in the initial few weeks and months, you're like, oh, did I do the right thing? Did I do the? And we are there to tell you, don't worry, guys, it's all going to be fine. So as regards your husband's visa, don't worry too much about it. Like I said, we've to the best of my knowledge, we have not lost a single partner visa case yet. It is just that this is the peak season for immigration in New Zealand, and so they're going to have a ton of applications in the system, so you don't have to worry about it. And your course is in February, so what are you worried about? You'll have plenty of time. Plus, also bear in mind that this is also the Christmas season, so there'll be a few days off for the immigration New Zealand staff as well. So I think you'll get your approval sometime in January. Continue to stay in touch with Mary and Gisela, and we will see this through sooner. But warm welcome to New Zealand, and thank you so much for being a part of the AJB family. Much appreciated. All right, cool. Now here's the next one. That's Brown Boy Tech. Kia ora, Aaron. Tēnā koutou. Glad to see you here. In touch with Mary. Not sure if you're aware. I'm into new job, ICT service analyst at Fiteria Tech. Going excellent. Just feeding you in love. AJB. Okay. Right. Now, this gentleman is a very, very dear friend, one of our students, a Brown Boy Tech. And what a fantastic young person he is. And I can see he has now become a Kiwi. He says, Kia ora, tēnā koutou, tēnā koe, Brown Boy Tech, ke te pehia koe, ke te ora hau, and I hope things are well for you in Wellington. And lovely, I heard the news. Mary did tell me that you have got a fantastic job, and she was raving about it. And I was like, I never had any doubts about him and that he was definitely going to make it. So yeah, if you remember, so Brown Boy Tech and his experience is something that stays with us in our mind, because in the initial days, I remember him and his father would call very often and email us very often, because they were all concerned, saying, oh, what will happen after we go, all those kinds of things. And we kept saying, don't worry, you just gotta go step by step. Got him into a good course, got him into a good city. He had his challenges, of course, and I'm sure it was not a cakewalk, but we did go meet him in Wellington, and we continue to stay in touch. And great news. Look at him. I mean, he writes today and says he's got to crack the job with a fantastic institution as in information technology. And yeah, great. Very, very proud of you. I'll come down to Wellington and see you again very soon. Please continue to stay in touch with Mary, and we'll work your other visas as well. All right. And regards to that as well. All right. Cool. Okay, next question. Afi Cherian. Hi, sir. I'm an AJB student. I'm a BTech mechanical. Hey, Afi. Thank you so much. We love you guys. Hey, Brown Boy Tech. Love you too, man. Thanks for that wonderful compliment to us all at AJB. All right. So I'm talking on behalf of the entire team. Thank you so much. We love you back as well. So I'm an AJB student. I'm a BTech mechanical graduate from India. I have already applied for graduate diploma from MIT. And got my application accepted for July 2019. My priority was to get the same course on WinTech for the 2-year open work visa. But today I got mail from college that as I already have a graduation, there may be a chance of student visa rejection, and instead to opt for other strands like mechatronics, power, etc. I've gone through the contents and found mechatronics to be close to my interest. My concern is regarding the job opportunities and further things if I opt for the strand. Okay. Hey, look, Afi, first and foremost, as I keep saying, thank you so much for choosing to work with us. Much appreciated, and I look forward to seeing you. I think you're also being very smart in your choice of having MIT as an option and also choosing to look at WinTech as an option, because I think you've clearly got it worked out, knowing that you'll get an extra year of post-study work visa if you're coming to Hamilton and to WinTech. So well done, good. So I'm not sure why the institution said you shouldn't be looking at a particular strand. I frankly don't think the institution should be bothered about the visa process side of things. So because it's not their business to know whether a person will get a visa or not. I mean, probably if it's anybody's business, it's our business, because we are the experts. Like I said, I keep showing my license all the time, and we have a super solid team, guys. Licensed advisors, ex-immigration officers. We are probably one of the most potent New Zealand education promotion team in the world right now. And I don't mean this in an immodest way, guys. I mean, I'm a very objective guy. I mean, I can call a spade, and I have no problems pointing fingers at myself or my team. But I look at this team very, very objectively, and it is a phenomenal team. And I'm not meaning it. I'm not saying it because it's my team. I mean, it's just because the way we built it, the amount of experience in it, the amount of background in it, the amount of people with industry knowledge, the amount of people with immigration knowledge is phenomenal. So please work with us. And so we will assess your case again, Afi, and we will write back to the institution and ask why they're not giving you the strand that you're looking for. But For if they do come back with a legitimate reason and say, and we also agree with it, and then we will say, okay, in that case, I would say mechatronics is probably a very, very good option to choose, because mechatronics obviously is marrying mechanical and electronics, which is one of those beautiful hybrid sort of new subjects that's emerging. And for like in the business field, for instance, there's a new breed of salespeople called tech commercial salespeople, who are technology background, but are also commercial people. So likewise, I think mechatronics would be a fantastic strength for you to consider in the event the institution is adamant and says we don't want you to come into this. So I would recommend that, Afi, and like I said, we will help you to network with all the other people who have already done similar courses. And in fact, Brown Boy Tech could be the man who will help you to find some kind of an opportunity in Wellington. So don't worry too much about it. Continue to stay in touch with the team, and we will get into this thing. All right. Okay. Right. Tiring work as always, especially after I've just climbed a big mountain and come back. Okay. I have completed diploma in mechanical engineering. This is from Dinto PS. In mechanical engineering, I have planned to do any course in New Zealand. Would you please explain the chances of diploma students? All right, cool. Hey, look, I don't think there is any serious discrimination against diploma students versus master's students versus postgraduate diploma students. I mean, for that matter, for me to get my license, I had to do a graduate certificate, which is, certificate is underneath a diploma, and then certificate, diploma, postgraduate diploma, but then somewhere in between there's bachelor's, then master's, and PhD. So, but New Zealand is the kind of society, guys, where quite frankly, they don't discriminate too much about it. Of course, they will, a guy with a master's obviously will stand head and shoulders above somebody who's done only a diploma. And there is a natural and obvious understanding that the guy who's done a master's is at a different scale of operation and understanding altogether. So yeah, but I think the opportunities for everybody is there in New Zealand, whether it is at the certificate level or the diploma level or the bachelor's level or the postgraduate level or the master's level or the PhD level. I think there are opportunities across the board. So, hey, Dinto, what I would suggest is, because the interesting thing about you, of course, is the fact that you have a background in mechanical engineering, which is an skill shortage area. Practically every engineering skill is in shortage in New Zealand at the moment. So the good thing about you is the fact that you are in the mechanical background, engineering background, and that in itself is a big advantage already. And if you get in touch with our team, just send your CV with the contact number to info@ajvglobal.com, or if you're based in India, just call 1-800-103-6525, and we will talk to you. And maybe instead of a diploma, we might be able to put you up for a postgraduate diploma, which means you'll get a longer post-study work visa. So we'll be able to do things like that. So please get in touch with us, Dinto. But quite frankly, if you say, hey, look, I only want to do a diploma, I don't think there's much of a problem with it, except for the fact that the number of years of post-study work visa you will get will be a little lesser as compared to the other one. All right, cool. Whew. Tiring, very, very tired today. All right, Nikita Razak. Hi, sir. I'm working as assistant manager in a bank, and I would like to know the job opportunities in there, especially in banking sector. Nikita, you have not. It looks like your question is, I want to come to New Zealand on a student visa and do something, and then. But if you're asking me, the question is directly, will I get an opportunity in a bank? It's almost impossible. There's a very popular video on my YouTube channel which says why you will not be able to find jobs or internships in New Zealand unless and until you're present here in the country. That's something that I have always kind of reiterated over and over again. So Nikita, if you have a background in banking, I can actually take the example of one of our students who also came with the banking. In fact, she called me in the afternoon today and came with a background in the banking sector. She was from India, and then she came here, did a business course, and now found a job not in a bank but in a foreign exchange company. So the opportunities are there. But hey, look, if your desire is only to work in a bank, I'm sure you should be able to figure out an opportunity somewhere. But I would say get in touch with us, Nikita, because we need to get more details. You're not mentioned whether you want to come and work here directly, which is almost impossible, or you want to use the student pathway and then come here and then work your way towards a job eventually. So let us know, and then we will get in touch with us. If you are based in India, which is, I think from your name, I kind of get the feeling you're probably there. Give us a call on 1-800-103-6525, or send your CV with your contact number to info@ajvglobal.com, and we'll pick it up from there. All right, cool. Okay, Amit Dadwal. Hi, sir. How is ARA Institute of Canterbury? Fantastic. No problems with the ARA Institute of Canterbury. It's a beautiful institution. It was earlier called the Christchurch Polytechnic Institute of Technology, which is CPIT, as it was known. They decided to rename it and call it ARA Institute. ARA is a Maori word, and it means the way, So ARA is way. So it's like showing the way towards your future, I guess. So you want more details, and you not only ARA, but you want support from AJV as well. Amit, yeah, get in touch with us. Send us an email with your contact details to info@ajvglobal.com, or call 1-800-103-6525 if you're based in India, and we'll give you so much more information about ARA, and also help you to connect with some of our students who already graduated from there. All right, cool. Next question is from Aman Sodi, who says, sir, how can one who is going for graduate diploma in professional accounting in Auckland and Unitech extend his work visa beyond 1 year? Sir, how can one who is opting for, oh, you've kind of repeated the question. You placed it twice. Okay. Aman, you'll quite obviously will have to, you have a 1 year post-study work visa, and for you to be able to extend it, and that 1 year you need to find a job. And if you find the job at the right salary level, you then can apply for something called the essential skills work visa, and that's how it gets extended. Or if you find a job at a really, really good level at a salary which is $52,000 or over, you could even potentially also apply directly for resident visa as well. So that's the way to do it, Aman. So what I would suggest is get in touch with our team, because you have not mentioned if you're working with us, and the key is going to be to find the job, and the key is to be able to work with a company like AJV, who can counsel and guide you and help you to move towards that particular goal, and hopefully we'll get you there. All right, Aman. So please get in touch with us. So that's the way you will extend your Khalid, I have already answered your questions. Swapnil already answered. There is a question from Vimal Thomas, who says, I'm Vimal from Kerala, mechanical engineer with 6.8 CGPA and 2 years boiler experience, designation advanced engineering training. Please give me a best option in graduate diploma in manufacturing management, water and wastewater, and highway, etc. Okay, Vimal, you already have a background in mechanical engineering, so for you to jump into highway and all that kind of stuff may not be the best option for you, Vimal, because it is my understanding people must stick to their core competency. You're a guy who already has got good experience on the mechanical side of things, and you're also on the boiler side of things. So ideally, you should stick to a course which will build on the strengths that you already have, rather than trying to learn something new like highway engineering, where you're starting from scratch, and so you'll basically go back to the back of the line. So I don't recommend you do that, Vimal. So could you please, because I think it's a very important decision for you at this particular moment, and if you don't do this right, you might end up going down the wrong track, and you might just kind of lose your way. Please get in touch with us. Contact the AJV team. I'm thinking you're based in, Kerala, yeah, obviously. You're based in India. Give us a call on 1-800-103-6525, or send your CV with the contact number to info@ajvglobal.com, and we would like to put some courses in front of you which are more relevant to your background, rather than jumping into a highway or wastewater and stuff like that. And I think it's too early for you to get into something like manufacturing management as well. Let's try and see if we can find something for you which will suit your background and kind of help you to build on that strength. All right, cool. All right, guys, it seems like I'm almost towards the end of my session. Right, okay, there is a request from my team which says, it's from Sabarinath, and my team has requested me to answer this question. The question is, hi, sir, it's me, Sabarinath. I would like to choose either applied management or logistics management. Does it have any scope in New Zealand? As I'm an MBA holder, is there any chances for getting visa? Sabari, absolutely. I mean, because I'm very blunt and straightforward. It doesn't. I think if your concern is you already have an MBA, so will I get my visa? I don't think that should be a problem because for all we know, your MBA might have been in a particular area, and you might not be wanting to study something else, which has got nothing to do with what you've done before. So as far as presenting that case to Immigration New Zealand is concerned, we will be the best people to do that because we will have all your details with us. Is there a scope for applied management? Absolutely. A lot of our students who are doing their course. In fact, last week, one of our students who did a course in applied management got her resident visa, and her husband and a child as well got their resident visa. So people are finding jobs in all areas, and logistics as well. I can think of at least 4 or 5 names from our own clients who have done well in that particular area. So you shouldn't be looking at getting into logistics just for the sake of getting into logistics because it shows as being on the skill shortage list or anything. Get into it if it's a genuine interest, but otherwise, a more generic applied management kind of course is probably the best thing for you to do. Sabari at this stage, but you having an MBA in the past really doesn't mean anything adverse when your case is presented to Immigration New Zealand. And if you're a good, confident person, if the visa officer does call and say, "Hey, look, you already have a master's. Why are you now going for a postgraduate diploma?" You should be able to confidently answer. And those are questions we will ask you. As I told you, we already have a team of people which has got some ex-immigration officers, and we will interact with you in the same fashion as Immigration New Zealand officer would interact with you and show that's a good, genuine case that is being presented. So I don't think you have anything to worry about, Sabari. All right, cool. I hope I've answered that. One last question, and I'm going to wind it up today. All right. This is from Suryanshu Bedi. Hi, Arun. I'm in contact with one of your representatives for immigration. Can you suggest what is the best business course my wife can do so that we both can come there? Okay, Suryanshu, interesting question, because if you want to come on work visa from day one, then I would urge your wife to consider doing a business course at the master's level, because master's or PhD is according to the new rules, that's where the spouse would be eligible to be able to accompany the student spouse into the country. So that's the simple answer. But if we have to go into, if let's say for whatever reason your wife is not doesn't have the ability or doesn't pass the required IELTS score, or doesn't have the background to be able to get into a master's or a PhD, then obviously you will have to maybe consider coming to New Zealand on a visitor visa till she finishes the course and then gets her work visa, and then you could possibly, convert your visitor visa also into the work visa. So, yeah, that's probably what it is. If you're already in touch with our team, we will give you more details about it. But don't worry, Suryanshu, you're in very, very, very safe hands. I can give you that assurance as the guy who started this company and who continues to see it grow on a daily basis. Thanks to all of you. Well, that's pretty much it. As is my little ritual, there's the ringing of the bell. Sorry, guys, I started on a very sweaty note today because I just came back from my workout, so I had to keep, but I seem to have settled down now a little. But hey, look, thank you as always for watching my live broadcast. It's at some point there were about 125 or 26 people watching it. It's now gone down to 17, and so yeah. But it looks like we're beginning to sustain this interest in doing this honest, in-your-face, friendly, and frank interactions with all you beautiful people who want to come to New Zealand and study here. And we hope some of you will also go on to become very successful and productive future residents and citizens of this wonderful, awesome country we call New Zealand, or Aotearoa, which is also the land of the long white cloud. Thank you so much. Till the next time, Kakiteano, which is see you later, and Pomarie, which is good night. Bye bye.